Angel cards reading and channeled message for the 2nd of February 2019. And just to give all of you background information, today I didn't actually have to wait very long for the cards to come out because both of these gorgeous archangels, Uriel and Ariel, they were both super excited to being here with us today. So now, without any further ado, here comes their loving, important message for today. Greetings, dearly beloved. Today, we, Ariel and Uriel, your sisters of light, are both here to bring you wonderful news about what is in the works, waiting in the wings for all of you reading or listening to this channeled message today. Now, as you may have already known, the theme of this new year, 2019, is all about expansion, growth, creativity, and massive awakening of soul powers. It will truly be a powerful year of manifestation and transformation. The often physically painful and emotional phase of clearing, purging, and healing all things 3D have now been successfully completed for the majority of light workers across the planet. And we now feel the need to clarify the term light workers that we just used to avoid any misunderstanding. Now, every living being, including those whom you had perhaps in the past considered to be completely devoid of divine love, actually belongs to the same faction. You, they, and all of us are in our own way serving the kingdom of God. We are one in every sense of the word. And by expansion, since we are all one, even those people who seemingly belong within the dark faction are in fact also working for the light. They are working for their own soul expansion and evolution. So they too can be called a light worker. Dark versus light, lower vibrational versus higher vibrational, positive versus negative, the past versus the future, Democrats versus Republicans, Catholics versus Muslims, the rich versus the poor, the educated versus the uneducated. All these endless labels that humans use to perpetuate separation, this long list continues. Humanity have been playing these physical life games on Earth for thousands of years. And by now, you have all truly mastered the art of extreme separation, duality, and polarization. However, for all intents and purposes, we will today use this term, the light workers, to only refer to those whose hearts are pure. They may not even know that such a term exists. However, the way they live their lives are already so caring, loving, and compassionate in every way. And that is, in essence, what a light worker is. Someone who possesses a pure, loving desire to be of service to the world and God in a way that suits their own innate abilities. He or she is likely to be a sensitive soul whom people usually go to for advice and assistance. Now, if you are a light worker who have chosen to be awakened earlier than the human collective, you, our beloved, are someone with an important mission or role to play, especially within the next 20 years. You are here to show others what it means to be fifth dimensional. And now that was probably your cue to then ask us this question. Ariel and Uriel, we do not know how to be fifth dimensional. I have not yet recovered the memories of my higher dimensional lifetimes. So where or how do I even begin? Our answer is simple, loved ones. Begin with yourself. Begin with your life. The best way to change the world is not by changing others. This principle has often been demonstrated throughout your many life experiences with the people around you every day. You should know by now that telling people what to do, criticizing them, nagging them, using sarcasm or any other negative behavior will only serve to add extra fuel to the raging fire. To give you all an example, let us say that Mrs. C is on a mission to get her husband to quit smoking. She has been nagging him for years, often lecturing him on the dangers and reminding him of the hefty financial burden his habit of buying a month's supply of cigarettes had created on their limited budget. This lecture occurred quite regularly until one day Mr. C just simply finally exploded and yelled to his wife to leave him alone. Now, do you see what has happened here, dear ones? Mr. C has no will to change. He has zero desire to change. And without the will to change, then, well, nothing will change. The cigarettes, no matter how bad they are currently satisfying Mr. C's needs on some level. Because all addictions are a form of emotional escape from the root cause of the issue. And when people are not ready to deal with the real reason as to why they keep doing or buying things that they know deep inside are actually bad for them, then the problem will continue to persist. Because all true change must begin with oneself. And here comes the main point of our little story today. Emotional integration is the key to change. We realize that light workers around the world are at different stages of their spiritual awakening journey. However, the group of powerful light workers who happen to be reading or listening to this particular energetic transmission, and yes, we know exactly who you are. Now, most of you here have completed your emotional integration process. So in other words, you have stopped running away from your emotions. And not only that, you have also released the previously embedded toxicity within your emotional body. And because of that, you are now primed and ready to move on to the next phase of your evolution, which is to master your mastery over life. How do you become a master of life when you have seemingly failed to master one or more aspects of your life over and over again in this lifetime? Let us tell you now, dear friends, that whatever is the greatest life challenge that you have right now, that challenge is in fact the biggest test, the final exam, lovingly prepared by your higher self before you can successfully graduate and successfully ascend. For some people, it can be about the state of their health. For most light workers, it is about their lack or scarcity consciousness. For others, it can be about love, forgiveness, loneliness, or relationships. Knowing this, how you react from now on in the face of your biggest life challenges is the game changer here. You can choose to continue to focus on your problems and react with fear, distress, anxiety, anger, depression, guilt. Or alternatively, you can choose to raise your awareness or your perspective. So in other words, to shift your inner programming to match the programming language that your higher self speaks in. Your higher self speaks the language of love to self and to all. Your higher self speaks the language of peace for self and for all. Your higher self speaks the language of joy and happiness to self and to all. Your higher self speaks the language of wisdom and power to self and to all. Your higher self also speaks the language of abundance to self and to all. And the term abundance that we use here represents all the good things in life, for example, perfect health, or an immortal, non-decaying physical body. It can also mean plenty of money, wonderful friendships, fulfilling career, fulfilling relationships, fun life experiences, etc. So it is time, our brothers and sisters, to speak the language of your higher self, the language of God. God is supremely powerful. And by extension, that means you too are supremely powerful. So why do you keep forgetting this? Whenever you are faced with the final test, your higher selves have been sending you lately. God is love. This also means that you too are a being of divine love. So why do you occasionally behave so unlike your true, most loving self? God is unlimited, and so are you. So why do you keep limiting yourself to the 3D language programming that can no longer function in this brand new higher dimensional arena or playground you have recently found yourself to be in? A few days ago, on January 30th, 2019, Adele had posted a message on her Raphael's Healing Space Facebook page to share the good news with everyone that she had sensed all heavier densities associated with life on a 3D planet were well and truly gone. Duality, polarity, and separation are the scaffolding, the framework, and the foundation of a lower dimensional existence in a 3D universe. And with these three now permanently gone from planet Earth, this can only mean one thing. Humanity has recently crossed over another important milestone. You, our beloved, are now truly living on 5D Earth as we speak. And at the end of January 2019, humanity and Gaia had in fact jumped several timelines together. And you might be wondering what had prompted this to occur. Now, in the most recent conclave above planet Earth, which many of you had attended in your sleep, the majority of you had expressed a strong desire for undeniable, visible changes to begin now. The old souls, physically embodied on planet right now. Now, these old souls, all of you old souls, you are the movers and the shakers who are the true powers behind the story of New Earth's creation. Now, all these old souls, you had truly had enough of the old paradigm of fear, lack, and separation. You wanted all necessary reforms to be fully expedited, and although temporary chaos may ensue, you had all expressed unshakable confidence that you will all be able to go through those challenges with grace and with ease. We truly have tremendous respect and admiration for all of you, our beloved. However, because of this, things may temporarily look as though they are getting worse instead of getting better, both on the micro and macro levels. It is important to keep in mind that these are all happening by design. As a collective, you have deliberately chosen to intensify all 3D energetic remnants within yourselves and within the psyche or the consciousness of all embodied souls on earth to force you to choose a better way now. This is to help you to permanently break free, to get yourselves out of the automated 3D pattern programming you have been using for thousands of years. You have been using the lower dimensional operating system of fear, lack, and separation for eons. The time has now arrived for you to reset and reprogram the supercomputer that is your life. And the true work must start from within. Your operating system must now be constantly speaking the programming language of God. Only when you have permanently attained a higher dimensional perspective, no matter what is happening around you, your life will begin to change in magical, wondrous ways. And with the eradication of lower densities and their frameworks of existence, speaking in the programming language of your higher self has never been easier. It has now become so natural. This ultimately means that your efforts to align your frequencies to match that of your higher selves need not be as taxing as before. It will be perfectly simple, like riding a bike after many years of not riding it. Yes, you may be out of practice, but it doesn't mean that you have to start learning from scratch. You will soon find that your thoughts, words, feelings, and actions now naturally gravitate towards the higher density instead of the opposite. This is because the scaffolding or the framework that supports the opposite is now permanently and completely gone. And this natural movement towards lighter, higher density thoughts, words, or emotions can only be stopped by you. In other words, if you provide zero resistance to this natural reset, to this reprogramming process you are in the midst of doing, then you will soon find yourself be thinking, saying, feeling, and acting like your divine higher self, naturally. And this is 100% guaranteed. So in other words, just go with the flow and surrender to your natural inclinations to feel happy, to feel at peace, to be loving. And soon your life will change to reflect this change coming from within. Our God is the supreme creator of all that is. And by extension, creativity is the only way your soul expresses itself. This year, now that you are very naturally well on your way to perfect alignment with your God self, you will want to grow, to expand, and to express your creativity, your unique contribution to New Earth in a big way. Some of you have already started. And those who haven't, never worry, everything has been planned perfectly for you. I, Archangel Ariel, am here to help open the floodgates of your inner creative genius. So call upon me to help you release all unexplored areas of self-expression within yourself. I can assist you to broaden your way of thinking, to expand your limits, and to discover many of your hidden talents. It is time to unleash all your talents and display your magnificence for all the world to see. And when you do this, without the energies of arrogance nor conceit, you give others the space, the courage, and the bravery to come out of their shell and to shine brightly as well. So open yourselves up to all ideas and always say yes to everything that life offers you. Only when your inner guidance is in perfect agreement. Your feelings are the inbuilt, powerful inner GPS, the barometer of your truth that must always be used to pave the path to your graduation party. And I, Archangel Uriel, am always ready to happily assist all souls who call upon me. I will help to provide free-flowing channel of information and inspiration relevant to your individualized mission or role on New Earth. The next stepping stone and the next and the next will continue to be revealed one by one. And because of this, you will feel so blissfully content, joyfully swimming in the river flow of your creations. And today's third card, the CORNUCOPIA, is our gift for you. Father, Mother God, Creator of all that is, has now bestowed upon you this horn-shaped, glowing basket of light that is filled with all the things that you have ever desired to have or to experience on planet Earth. The cornucopia is an ancient symbol of abundant harvest and great blessings. In the olden days, when someone receives a cornucopia, it is a sign that all their hard work is about to pay off in significant ways. We would like to invite all of you to now close your eyes and imagine your higher self and your spirit team are standing around you. Father, Mother God are both stepping forward to get closer to you. They smiled and handed over this beautiful, glowing gift, whilst at the same time saying, with this gift, We are now giving you all that which you have long desired. Your wishes, beloved children, are now fulfilled. Go and start creating all that your heart dearly desires to do, as this process is the key that opens the gates of unlimited freedom. The freedom to be God, the freedom with your time to do as you wish, the financial freedom many of you have long been seeking for. You deserve this, loved ones. The hard part is already over, and it is time to celebrate. We are loving you beyond measure. This message comes from all the company of heaven, channeled by Adele Arini.